Yo, 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 check this out. Now, I'm going to get through this video real quick because I am addicted to classic World of Warcraft, and I want to get into it, okay? So, let me quickly show you what I worked on today, though. It's pretty sweet. Pretty awesome. Okay, first of all, let me switch to the first boss fight. Oh wait. Oh, yeah, baby. Check that out. So Amanda got back to me with the environment art for that first boss fight. Here it is. One thing I experimented with is because this is technically part of, it's like not literally, but see this top room here, this is actually the boss room, is what's being represented there. So I was thinking that for a room that's at the very top of a building, it would probably make sense to have some windows and to have some moonlight coming in like I do with these windows. But when I tried adding that into this room, it completely ruined the mood of the lighting. It kind of clashed and, I don't know, it washed the colors out and it sucked. I didn't like it. But yeah, I don't know, that's pretty much it though. Otherwise, I'm very happy with it. I then went ahead and played the boss fight again since I haven't played it in several days, and it's incredibly hard. I'm definitely gonna have to rebalance it a bit. I mean, the mechanics are great, but just the speed of it is insane. I don't even know how I was originally beating it so easily. I played it and I was like, what the fuck? You see what I mean? It's incredibly fast. Oh my gosh. I can do this, hold on. Oh my god. Okay, hold on. 1, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3. There you go, you fat bastard. Alright. So yeah, pretty sick. The second thing was I got back to, I was looking over that second enemy type that I added, that I was experimenting with. Yes, our jazzy swordsman here. So the dashing swordsman from the first act. Okay, so yesterday I showed like a prototype of what I came up with for this guy, which was an inversion where when you, so the first act dashing enemy, that guy dashes every half a second. And if you hit him while he's standing still, he dies. If you hit him while he's dashing, he'll parry you, and then you have to hit him again to kill him. So it's kind of like a test of your timing, right? And so then yesterday I showed how with this guy I came up with this idea of like an inversion of him, where instead you have to intentionally try to hit him while he's dashing to break his parry or whatever you want to call it, and then hit him again to kill him. And if you try to attack him while he's standing still, he would dodge your attack and you'll miss completely. So yeah, basically just an inversion of the guy from the first act. But the problem with this is it was really cool in theory and it was fun to play with, but in practice the problem is the dash is incredibly fast, and so it's almost impossible to make, like really you would have to invert the duration of the dash with the duration of standing still, right? So he stands still for only a split second and dashes for long periods of time. But I mean, I can't make the dash slower because that would just look stupid. So the only way to do it would be to make him dash like super fast, like make the interval incredibly tiny. So he's just like almost constantly dashing. And that's kind of dumb as well and makes it, I think, way too intense. And so, and finally, the last thing I also really didn't like about it is if you screw up and then he dodges out of the way, which with normal dashing style was really easy to happen, you miss him completely and then that breaks your combo. So it just kind of totally breaks. It's fun, but it totally breaks the flow of how the whole game is designed. And yeah, I wasn't a fan of it. And you're going to be missing all the time with the way that was working. So I had to go back to the whiteboard, so to speak. And I thought a lot about what I could do. And so I simplified it to something that I think I'm happy with now. And I think this is good. And this one actually works. So what I came up with instead is I was thinking about how my design pillar for a lot of the enemies, the way I'm thinking about it is what skills do they test? So the very first enemy in the game, they just test, I guess, your aiming, I guess you could say. You just attack them and that's all there is to it. The second guys, the dashers, they're supposed to test your timing, and if you screw the timing up, they test your reflexes. So I was thinking, on that basis, what can I do with this guy? And I want every enemy to be something totally unique and different. That they always force you to change up your approach in some way. I don't want just like a reskin or, I don't know, just like more health type of enemies or something like that. So what I came up with for this is he's the same as the dashing enemy from the first act, except that instead of timing when he's standing still, like you do still have to do that, but no matter what, he will always dash at you and parry your attack if you go and attack him while he's standing still, and then you have to turn around and finish him off. So it's kind of like the exact same it's the exact same thing as the dasher, except that he will always parry your attack. But I still wanted it to be possible to screw up so that it is a test of your timing. So what I did was I took that idea of him dodging your attack and I made it now so that if he's standing still and you time it correctly, he'll attack you as well. He parries you and you have to turn around and finish him off quickly. So that's the same as the guy originally. Sorry if I'm repeating myself here. But if you go and attack him as he's attacking you, that's when he'll dodge. So, yeah. So it requires a different approach now because he takes like the 2 hits, and also his like reaction time is faster. I slowed down the interval on his dash so that it's more easier to keep track of. So you see right there, like that's me trying to hit him like at the wrong time when he's about to dash. That's why he dodges out of the way. See, like that. And if you attack him at the right time, he parries you and you have to turn around and get him. So in practice, it's actually a lot of fun because when you screw up like this, it's a lot of like back and forth with him. And I imagine it'll get pretty crazy when there's lots of enemies. And just like with I wanted to kind of explain and go into detail here about why this is. I think this is just enough of a twist on it that it introduces something kind of new, because you have to, like, it still has that timing element to it, but it's a more difficult version since now the punishment for missing is a lot tougher, but balanced out by the fact that his interval is longer and the fact that you have to always be on the ball about killing him every time you do correctly hit him. So now it's kind of like a mixture of the reflexes and the timing and all that. So I'm really happy with it. And the one thing that's kind of majorly different, and which will be up to the player to decide how they want to handle it, is with the dashing enemy in the first act, you could intentionally dodge instead of attack. And if you do that and you cause the guy to miss, he will, like, the period of the interval before he turns around and attacks you is longer. So dodging is beneficial. In the first act, dodging isn't necessarily all that great against the dashers because, or at least it's not better, because hypothetically, if you always attack, you'll either kill the guy or he'll parry you and then you kill him. Whereas if you dodge, you're always going to have to do 2 attacks, right? So there's kind of a trade-off where if you're always attacking, most of the time you'll probably kill them in 1 hit, but if you dodge, you have to do 2 actions instead. So in a way, attacking was really the best thing to do, and dodging was like an advanced thing that's, I don't know, you can do it if you want to, but it's not strictly necessary. But as you get into the third act of the game, I'm going to make all of the enemies in the last act depend on you mastering the dodge in an offensive way, where you're going to have to always use the dodge and then follow up with an attack to kill like every enemy. That's going to be like the whole gimmick of the third act. So to prepare players for that, or not so much prepare, but to, since this is literally like the halfway point in the game, to kind of introduce that idea, it's at this point possible to now dodge in a way where that's actually the better way of dealing with these guys. Because now that he's always going to parry you or dodge out of the way, the safer option is actually to dodge first. because even if you mistime it, he'll dodge out of the way, and you still have your attack, and you can finish him off. Or at least you can attack him, and he'll parry you, and then you can finish him off. If you time it correctly, he will miss completely, and you get the longer interval before he attacks again, just like you do with the first guys. So you see like this? Takes quite a bit longer before he turns around again if you make him dodge like this, right? So yeah. So anyway, that's it. That's our second enemy. I think it's great, and I'm really excited to see how that's gonna feel. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna try it right now, real quick. I'm gonna take this guy. I'm gonna throw him in with like these two guys here. I just want to quickly see how it feels because I haven't actually mixed them together yet. How whack is this gonna be? I suppose in a way it'll feel pretty similar to those other guys if you, as long as you time it correctly. It's like really just the trickiness of the timing, because otherwise it's basically just like the 1-2 hit, just like these guys. Yeah. So it's basically the same thing as long as you time it, but the trick is just the fact that you have to time it. Oh shit. How did that even happen? Oh, right, yeah, there's some kind of bug with this guy. He aired out there. Why does that happen? Yeah, somehow this guy ends up losing his... Okay. I mean, I have some code here that's like, if the target object is null, then don't update this behavior. Oh, but if he's dashing already. Oh, right, because maybe he's not set yet, and... Okay. That's a tricky... See, the issue here is he has his target set to the player, but the way I wrote the code, like, it reacts automatically to your dashing. So if you happen to dash at him before he's actually locked onto you yet, because there's like a small delay before that happens when you enter the room, he then treats you like you're not there. Alright, well, I guess, I suppose it's fine if I just do a simple null check. Shit, I don't know, man. I don't... But it's on start behavior. Why is... Alright, well, whatever. I don't have much else to say. I'll figure this out. The only other thing I was going to say was I was looking at my promotional video as idea. And I just like randomly watched the video here. You know?
What do you think you're capable of? What if you were to live completely authentically, embracing your darkest self? If you don't know the truth about who you are, you won't be able to.
Anyway, I was watching this and I was just thinking to myself, like, it's a weird thing where I watch it, my first impression is like, this fucking sucks, this is cheesy, I don't like it. And it feels like the reaction of when you hear your own voice, if you're not used to it, like in a recording, and you like hate the sound of your own voice. It's kind of like that. I watched this and I feel the same way about it. But if I watch it a few times, I'm like, I actually like this. It's very true to, I don't know, who I am and what I'm trying to express. And anyway, I don't have much to say about it, but I just thought it was, I guess it's just something I have to get over. Put it out there. And honestly, it's actually not as cheesy as a lot of other videos I've posted before, so whatever. Gotta get around to doing that. Anyway, that's it. I'm out. Peace.